I thought I would jump on here because I haven't actually done a piece on why I actually got into gardening. Now I've got quite a few followers. I thought I should really go into why I did it. I'll do the fun bit first of why I love my job. I started this job 17 years ago. I loved it because back then there wasn't that many female gardeners, and I love getting my hands dirty. I was a proper tomboy when I grew up. So working with plants was a no-brainer for me. My gran had an enormous garden where she lived, which was so much fun. We were always playing there when we went there when we were kids. So I went to college and I did my national diploma in horticulture, level 2, but I wasn't able to get there straight away because I have ADHD and I'm dyslexic. So everything makes things very difficult. It didn't also help that when I left school I wasn't able to read or write, even though I was, well, back then it was called being statemented, now it's called an ECP. So college was very difficult. I had some incredible lecturers that helped me through and seen the potential in me, who I now are still good friends with, which is amazing. I went and did work experience with a bloke who's sadly now passed away, but I contacted about 7 or 8 people, but they wouldn't take me on because I was female. And then I basically accidentally started my own business. I love every aspect of gardening. You can't beat being out in nature in, I say all weathers. I'm sick of the rain now, let's be honest, and it does affect what we can do in the garden. People that are horticulturally trained, you know that if it's too cold, you can't really be cutting things because it's not really good for the plants. You can create wounds and open it up for infection, or if it's too wet, you're going to damage the soil composition. And it's not good for the soil, and it's like putting mulch down on the wrong times of the year. You don't really want to be sealing in the cold. What you want to be doing is keeping in the moisture and keeping in the warmth in the soil, as well as keeping it as a weed suppressant, which is very good and help boost the nutrients in the soil. So I decided to start my own business at the age of 22, and I've had staff over the years. Since then I've had 2 babies. They're 3 and 5, and I'm now 36 this year and still loving the job, but I also love lots of different aspects of horticulture. So I've got friends in different parts of the horticultural industry that I always annoy, that I message and ask what they're doing, and always want to know what's going on. And when people come into my job, if we've got landscapers in, or if we've got tree guys coming in, or even stonemasons coming in, it's very important to know, for instance, like if you've got like a brick wall, you're going to have to water the plants more, and you have to plant them away because they have a sort of like foundation footings. So you've got to plant the plants a certain distance away, and also the brick wall is going to take a lot of the moisture in. So you have to bear that in mind in planting. But what I would say is I love the job and I love driving tractors. I can drive tractors. I am trained in chainsaws, in cross-cutting. I've got my PA1 and PA6, which is a spraying and application of pesticide, a strim and brush cutter license. I can obviously drive ride-on mowers and strimmers and hedge cutters and all that sort of jazz. So it is a really good job. I just wish more women would get involved in the horticultural industry, like properly, and get trained and do it as a job, because it is a good job. It is really fulfilling, and I find for my ADHD that it's fantastic. But it wasn't always like that. You think, oh, amazing, it was great fun growing up. It wasn't always great fun for me growing up personally. I didn't have a great upbringing. I didn't have the greatest supportive parents, but I was able to have the right friendship group and right teachers around me to help me, and determination to not be who they were, basically, and get where I am today. And I want to help anybody that wants to get into it, and I would love to get people that are neurodivergent like me into the horticultural sector, because you don't need to be able to read or write. I did it. I've had my business now 15 years nearly, and I've been able to get this far, self-taught, read, write, and running the business. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. But I hope that answers a lot of your questions. If there's any more questions you want to know about me, please feel free to message me and I will answer. Thank you.